Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right into it. We're going to start off with a week 11 rapid fire recap.
How awesome are the Lions? Jared Goff, what did he throw? 4 touchdowns, 420 some yards.
Yeah, making it a
Ridiculous.
point to put it in the past, that five interception game.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you're getting guys like Brock Wright scoring touchdowns. Come
Oh
on.
yeah.
Brock
Boom.
Wright's better than Laporta.
Wow.
Oh, we're starting out hot today.
Give me Brock all day. Give me Brock.
That's like saying Noah Gray is better than Kelsey.
Oh my God.
But it's close this year.
I mean, fantasy. How about Amon-Ra having coffee and wine with coach?
His Instagram is the greatest thing ever.
It's so awesome. My takeaway from week 11, Josh Allen has a strong MVP case, handing the Chiefs their only loss. I think Josh Allen's going to win the MVP over Lamar. I like the Bills as maybe the best team in the AFC.
All right.
All right, keep going, Lou.
All
I
right.
think he's actually the favorite.
Oh, really? So they know. Vegas
Yeah.
knows.
Mhm.
Are the Broncos and Chargers legit?
I think they are.
I
Yeah.
think the Broncos are.
I think they're not legit, but I think they could be.
Well, I'm gonna talk about one of them soon. So
I think it's easy to write them off because of namesake and because of what they did last year.
Two
A
big
good team.
wins. Went over the Falcons, went over the Bengals,
I think the
Chargers are
Falcons
fantastic.
Falcons. They lost to Denver.
Oh, yeah. Not even lost. They got pounded by Denver. I
Denver's defense is something. They're good.
Yeah, it's real good. I mean, I think
Bo Nix-
Surtain is establishing
Nix-
himself as the best corner in the NFL. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
a hot take.
No, I agree.
Bo Nix, is Bo Nix like him?
He's a real deal.
I hate that
Rookie of the
Bo Nix is doing good, but like for the fact that I hated him in college and I want Jaden Daniels for Offensive Rookie of the Year, it kind of stings to see Bo Nix doing so good.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is Bo Nix the rookie of the year? He might
Yes.
be.
he's creeping.
I think
might
I
be.
think if he
He's
does this
coming.
again next week, he overtakes Jaden Daniels.
Especially if that team makes the playoffs. Like taking, I think, the Broncos team to the playoffs is a lot harder than taking that Commanders team, like roster wise.
I think so too.
They're similar.
Yeah,
I think
I'd
the
say-
Commanders are better on offense. Broncos defense is way better.
I think that's like why it's more impressive that Bo Nix does it because like he doesn't like his offense isn't as good.
My key takeaway is can we put some credit on Chris Boswell's name? That guy single-handed us a win with his leg. Like that does not get enough recognition. He has more fantasy points than Tyreek Hill and a bunch of other superstars this year.
It's crazy.
That list, I saw it. Cherry picked as hell. Almost every player was injured, but like it is nuts.
But
That guy's a
still,
freaking Terminator.
yeah. He's a Terminator, Chris Boswell.
My key thing, Anthony Richardson is back. Not just a little, he's all the way back.
Wow.
Watch out. He's here.
He did look good.
Really, I mean, they had him throwing short, like completing passes, getting in a rhythm. He just looked really good, I think.
Yeah, he learned from Flacco what not to do as a quarterback.
It's almost script though. 1 week off and he comes back and he's making smart decisions, like
Yeah,
just to
it's
say,
weird.
like, see, 1 week behind Joe, it worked.
One week behind Flacco, he's
Joe is the ultimate mentor.
Yeah.
He's the guy. Like you got to go to.
I have a hot take. I won't say it.
Why? Let it rip.
Let it rip. Come on.
Lamar Jackson will never win a Super Bowl.
I like that.
I don't think it's that hot.
He's
Ah,
too
It's
one-dimensional.
not that hot. Yeah.
As long as Harbaugh's that coach, they'll never win.
All right. I was gonna say this is a really they're poorly coached. Most penalized team in the league. You know, I was thinking about this. I don't know how great of a leader Lamar is either. Like he kind of like pouts on the sideline when his receiver drops the ball.
Lamar's yelling is more Aaron Rodgers than it is Tom Brady, though. You know, it's more like, what are you thinking? And less like,
Yeah.
that's not going to cut it.
Like, what are you
Not going
doing?
to cut it, guys. Not to be like master of receipts, but I've been so far off the Harbaugh train. Yeah, I think Harbaugh is a terrible coach.
Yeah, I agree. I do have questions about Harbaugh. So going into my thing, how awesome is freaking Harbaugh, man? And now we're talking about the Chargers. I don't really know how I want to word this because it's kind of a lazy thing to say the Chargers are awesome. It feels like everybody's catching up, even though I felt that way for a little bit. Everybody saw it against the Bengals. I mean, these guys are awesome. However, I'm going to build on that. Not only are they a great team this year, they're going to be a great team for years to come. They have the quarterback, they have the defense, they have the offensive line. Maybe they get a receiver, a tight end or something, but those are just like fill-in guys that I mean, those are the final puzzle pieces. I mean, if you have your offensive line, your defense, your stud quarterback, coaching, and then how about that culture, man? I mean, everybody wants to be in that locker room. You went from every home game was an away game. I mean, it seemed like they had a head coach who everybody wanted out the door from the second he got there. Now, I mean, I don't know if there's another team guys want to be on than the Chargers.
The culture's crazy. The
Yeah.
locker room is crazy.
You know what I was thinking for the Chargers at the trade deadline?
Imagine they had Mike Williams.
I was just gonna say that. Go get Mike Williams again.
Yeah.
That would be
No.
good, probably. Imagine them three. You have two big bodies on the
They
outside.
should have kept them.
Monty tearing shit up in the middle.
Another guy who went under the radar, Juno
Kurt
Smith,
Russell.
another under the radar guy this week. Guy put up like 36 points in fantasy. No one really talks about him.
He won the
Yeah.
game. I was hating on him, actually. I was like, wow. Like I was talking to my brother, like, wow, it's time for a new quarterback. And then he called out his own name, won it for them.
I mean, it is time for a new quarterback, but get one that can develop under Geno. Seattle's not going to get a Cam Ward. They're not going to get a Shadur.
Penix would have been perfect.
Yeah, Penix would have been
Mhm.
perfect, and I wish we could have gotten him. Honestly, a guy like yours.
If he falls.
Yeah, I don't see him falling far, but if he's there, I think Seattle
If he's
has
there,
to
you
take him.
totally pull the trigger.
That was, by the way, last week, that was the fakest NFL win I've ever seen in my life. The Seahawks beating the Niners last week.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
What do you mean?
fakest thing. They didn't win that game.
No.
The only way they won that game is in the win column. They got to
Mhm.
win for the game. They didn't win anything in that game.
I think the Niners are officially not good. I think it's time to like stop waiting on it. They're favored
wanna
to
keep-
miss the playoffs.
I don't want
which
to
is-
keep jumping around, but I feel like the Niners' problem is they just have like no momentum. Like Ayuk finally is starting to like look like he wants to be there. He gets injured. Debo in and out. McCaffrey obviously been out. Even when Mason was going, he kept getting a little dinged up. It's like
Yeah.
there's just like no momentum they're building.
I
Yeah, and
agree.
With those injuries, they missed the catalyst of that offense in Kittle last week.
Mhm.
Kittle usually dominates Seattle. Seattle had no business winning that game with us releasing our starting linebacker and having our center retire 3 days before the game.
That's crazy.
I have two key takeaways for this week. I'll keep one sweet and short. Jerry's world is a mess. Proof is falling apart. And then my real key takeaway from this week was the race for the Super Bowl is a 4-horse race. I think it's down to the Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, and Lions.
You don't got the Chargers in there?
No, I don't think
You
anybody.
don't got the Steelers
I
in
don't
there?
think anybody but them four teams are going to be. I don't think they have a chance.
I'm not
I
sold on
think the
Philadelphia.
Eagles are miles away.
I'm
and
not
I
sold
hate
on
them,
Philadelphia at
but
all.
They're just
I think
don't
Sirianni's
impress
gonna
me ever.
crumble like a cookie.
anybody. I mean, but who's going to beat them in the NFC besides the Lions?
A lot of teams.
They would lose to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
In the
It's just
NFC?
because they're an
Yeah.
any given Sunday team and they
Yeah,
lose on any
exactly.
given Sunday. They don't win.
They just beat the third best team.
But he's
in
got
the
an Eagles
NFC.
hat on and he's a Titans fan. What's going on there?
I'm just saying it's a 4-horse race.
Even the AFC could get shaken up. I mean, if the Bengals could somehow sneak in, they could cause damage. The Texans probably not at this point. The Chargers could cause damage. You do not want to face them. The Steelers, obviously, I think are a contender just because of their defense.
I think Buffalo's offense and Kansas City's offense would absolutely torment Pittsburgh.
I don't think the Chiefs would. I think the Chiefs would be in trouble, actually, against
I just think
a
it's
team like
four,
the Steelers.
four teams. That's who it's between. That's it for me.
Yeah, I like the Eagles in that playoff push, like you were saying, but it's only for one reason. It's going to be because that push is on the back of Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's our week 11. Rapid fire recap. We're going to move into a segment we like to call Die on a Hill. Who's dying on the hill today? Anybody got something really hot?
Lamar's not a top 5 QB in the league.
You said
How about-
Lamar's not top 5.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Wow.
I
The
like
guy
that.
folds under pressure.
I'm going to say something. My
I-
die on a hill was going to be.
I
Lamar
could
sucks.
take 5 quarterbacks right now that I would rather over.
Yeah, me too. I say like top 10.
I think Lamar Jackson's easily top 5.
Top 7.
I
Yeah,
think
I got
he's 3 and
Yeah.
tied
Number
at 2.
6. He's number 6 in my list.
Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Hurts, then Lamar. There's your top 7. Mahomes, Allen, Herbert, Burrow, Purdy, Hurts, Lamar.
Hurts and Purdy aren't even close to Lamar.
Purdy's definitely.
Better passers. Way better passers.
Hurts
Hurts is a better passer. Hurts
If
can't
you
throw
put-
better than the
you see
rock next to my
Lamar-
shed.
See how many passes Lamar missed against Pittsburgh? He was overthrowing everybody.
If you
He
put-
always just plays bad
if you
against them.
put
Hurts
Lamar-
plays bad against a lot of teams.
Lamar is one of the worst passers in the NFL.
If you
Yeah,
put Lamar
he's top 5
Jackson,
in passing yards.
if you put Lamar
Yards,
Jackson
yeah.
on the Eagles, they would be so much better. They wouldn't have lost a game, I think.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know about that.
I
don't
think
so.
they would
I
have
think
a
Hurts is
huge
better than
upgrade.
Lamar.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely don't. I think Hurts
Better
is
pass.
top 15. I'll give him that.
Same.
But now we're going to move into our community hotline, which is your guys' takes. Let's see how they aged. Only 2 hot takes. Well, I mean, I guess 3. Ron Rinaldi says Jacobs 60 yards. He definitely hit that. Cooper 50. He only had 2 catches, so I don't know.
I think he had 55.
And D-Hop 50.
Cooper had 55.
Hop had
D-Hop had
29.
29.
2 for 3. Not bad. Nick Rinaldi. Bills win. Cha-ching. D-Hop touchdown. No. Seahawks win. Cha-ching. CMC touchdown. No. Broncos win. Wow. All right. Actually, they were favored, but it feels like a hot take. So we'll say good take. And lastly, number 1 Derek fan said, boo Derek, shame. But on the bright side, Tyler is my vote for drippiest podcast member.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, drop a hot take, make it really hot this week, and you'll be in the video next week. We're going to move into our game picks, our locks and upsets.
Derek was talking earlier about how Anthony Richardson was back and all the way back, and I want to believe it for fantasy purposes. He's not going to be back against the juggernaut of the NFL, Detroit Lions. Give me Detroit.
Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, this feels boring, but the Lions are an absolute wagon. You got to ride the hot hand. I'm also going to take the Lions.
I could give us a Loch Ness monster right now, but I won't. Give me the Chiefs. I mean, they're playing the Panthers. They lost last week. Simple.
I'm gonna have to go with the Loch Ness Monster and the Detroit Lions.
Oh boy. One more, and we are Loch Ness.
My lock is an upset this week. Give me the better Harbaugh Chargers.
Nice.
Wow.
We got the Harbaugh Bowl this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monday night Harbaugh.
Monday night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Last 2 weeks, I bet against this team. I'm not going to stop. Tanks on. Give me Jane Daniels' big divisional game against the Cowboys.
That I did pick that one, but for some reason that just feels like a game that the Cowboys win for some reason. I don't know.
I think B-Rob might give him the business, though.
I hope.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
My lock is the Buccaneers over the Giants.
Nice.
Buccaneers over the Giants.
I want to add one more to
Tommy
my.
Cutlets.
I want to add one more to my.
Why not Drew Lock though?
Want to add one more to my locks. Give me the bye week over the Jags.
Nice.
If they don't fire Doug Peterson, the bye week wins. So
All right.
Nice.
All right, yeah, we'll give you that. We'll give you the bye week. And yeah, we actually avoided the Loch Ness Monster after starting hot. But yeah, also, the records in the bottom of our screen are our records for our game picks. If you go 2-0, we roll the Rizzler. Nobody went 2-0. However, if you go 0-2, you're the mustache of the week. You could see it right in the middle of your screen. Derek is our mustache of the week. Yeah, so let's roll the upsets.
Tyler, I'm going completely against you here. Give me Cutlets and the Giants over the Buccaneers at MetLife.
Damn.
It's interesting. I was gonna take the Bucks as my lock, but then I'm like, oh, you never know. Like DeVito could shake things up. My upset this week is a red hot Cardinals team over Seattle. We talked about how Seattle lost that game, even though they got the W. I could see the Cardinals winning a close one here.
I'm rocking with Mr. Mustache himself. Give me the Chargers. Pittsburgh's going to pull away with this division, and it's going to start this week with a win over the Browns, setting them up 2-0 in the division, and Ravens are going to fall.
I've been not really sure. I'm not sold on anybody, but give me the Rams against the Eagles.
I love that.
I like a high scoring game there. No
Me too.
defense. I like
Yeah,
no
I feel like
defense.
it's gonna be like a shootout.
I'm setting myself up for the next phase of a mustache here. I'm going with the 2-leg anti-Pennsylvania play. Give me the Browns on Thursday night and give me the Rams on Sunday night.
Dude, he
Oh.
is so mustache, bro.
Jameis Winston is gonna cook
That could be
in
a trap
prime
game.
time.
That could be a trap game.
You
Supposed to be crappy weather that game.
the team.
That Browns defense too. Beware. I got the Rams by 10 plus.
For the record, Derek, with a mustache, battling against a potential mustache, took 3 underdogs.
I'm also heading over to the Bob Bowl to take the Chargers. The only thing I could add to this is they actually have a home field now. So that's number 1. Just a small little thing to throw out there. But also, Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins return playing against their old team. A little bit of juice.
I like it.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't think about it either.
I hope Dobbins goes nuts. Yeah, I don't like the Ravens. I'm just realizing today,
They're the most
right now.
overrated team in football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're very overrated.
So one-dimensional, and when
They never live up to
the ball, man, they suck.
I do like to think, though, that the Harbaugh brothers talked, he's like, yeah, I mean, we're bringing in Henry. I'm not going to bring these guys back, but man, I'd take a shot at him. And then he's like, you know what? Well, I'll take both of them.
My upset. It's going to be the Bears over the Vikings. I don't know why. I think the Vikings suck too. Will Levis was throwing all over the yard, and
We're just throwing shit out there now. I
They
don't
kept it close.
they're overrated. The Vikings. We'll
Thank you
see.
guys for watching. Click here to see our last video. Click here to subscribe. We'll see you next week.